Okay, picture this. You're a lawyer, and on your desk is a 100-page contract. Your entire job is to hunt down every single risk, every deadline, every little landmine buried in that wall of text. For decades, this has been just a slow, manual, painful chore. But what if you could completely flip that script? What if you could turn that whole process into a high-speed, AI-powered analysis? Let's dive into how that's not just possible, but happening right now.
So get this number in your head. Somewhere between 40 and 60%. That's how much time legal pros spend just on document review. Think about that. That's almost half of their entire work week, just reading, highlighting, and trying to connect the dots.
And the stakes here couldn't be any higher. This isn't just about wasting time. A single missed clause, one overlooked detail, that can spiral into huge financial penalties or a full-blown legal disaster. It's an incredibly high-pressure job where one little human error can have massive consequences.
And that really brings us to the core of the problem, what we can call the document deluge. It's this constant, overwhelming flood of information. And frankly, just keeping your head above water is a monumental challenge for these legal teams.
But here's where things get interesting. What if you could change the game completely? With the right approach, AI can slash review time by up to 80%, while at the same time boosting accuracy by almost 50%. I mean, that's not just a small tweak, that is a total game changer. But, and this is a big but, it only works if you do it right.
So, how do you actually unlock that power? Well, it all comes down to one thing: the prompt. Because in the high-stakes world of legal analysis, you can't just toss any old question at an AI and expect magic. A generic request is gonna fail, every time.
And this is a mistake pretty much everyone makes at first. We treat these powerful AIs like a simple search engine. We ask a vague question, and then we're surprised when we get a vague, useless answer. It's the classic case of garbage in, garbage out. This is the prompt everyone tries first. It seems totally logical, right? Just summarize this contract. But when it comes to legal work, this approach is just, well, fundamentally flawed.
And here's what you get back: a completely useless paragraph that basically tells you it's a service agreement, which you probably could have guessed from the title page. There are no specifics, no dates, no liability limits, absolutely nothing you can act on. And honestly, it's results like this that make people think AI isn't ready for prime time.
Okay, so that was the wrong way. Now let's look at how to get a much better result. This is the aha moment. We're about to see the huge difference a well-engineered, structured prompt really makes. Now, look at this. Same AI, same document, but this time we gave it a structured prompt. And suddenly, bam, you get this clear, organized, incredibly detailed breakdown. We see the parties involved, the effective date, the liability cap, that termination fee, and here's the most important part. Look at that last column, section. The AI is citing its sources, telling you exactly where in the document it found that information. This isn't a summary anymore. It's an actionable intelligence report.
And I know, a result like this can feel like magic, but it's not. It's actually a repeatable formula, a blueprint that literally anyone can learn to turn those useless AI responses into incredibly precise and valuable outputs.
So let's pull back the curtain. How do we actually build one of these great prompts? Let's break it down piece by piece and look at the exact anatomy of what makes these things work so well.
Here it is. This is the blueprint. First, you give the AI a role. Tell it you are an expert contract analyst. Second, you get super specific about what to pull out. Things like parties, dates, key financial terms. Third, you push it beyond just grabbing data and ask it for a risk assessment. Fourth, and this is absolutely non-negotiable, you demand citations. And finally, you tell it exactly how to structure the output, maybe in a table like we just saw. Every single step has a critical job to do.
Just look at the difference here. Instead of asking something useless like what's important, you command it. Extract termination rights, liability caps, and IP ownership. Instead of any problems, you tell it to identify unusual clauses, missing protections, and financial risks. It's that specificity that unlocks everything.
Okay, so this all sounds amazing, but with all this power, there's a huge risk we have to talk about. We need to cover this single biggest flaw in using AI for this kind of work, and, more importantly, how you can protect yourself from it.
So what is it? What's the one thing that can completely derail this whole process and turn this amazing tool into a dangerous liability?
The answer is one word: hallucination. This is when the AI just makes stuff up. It states something as fact, with total confidence that is either wrong or just isn't in the document at all. In a creative writing session, that might be fine. In a legal contract review, it's an absolute disaster.
But luckily, there is a simple, incredibly powerful antidote. By demanding that the AI provide the specific section and clause number for every single piece of data it gives you, you create a built-in fact checker. This is your #1 defense. It makes sure every output is traceable, verifiable, and accurate. All right, so let's quickly recap the 3 most important things to take away from all this. First, structure is everything. Vague prompts get you nowhere. You have to be explicit. Second, citations are your safety net. They are absolutely non-negotiable. And third, don't just stop at pulling out data. Make the AI analyze it for risks. That's where the real magic happens.
And that leaves us with one final big question. We've just seen how a single well-crafted prompt can shrink a multi-hour legal review down to just a few minutes. So the real question is, what's next? What other complex, information-heavy jobs are about to be completely transformed by this exact same idea? This isn't just a new tool, it's a fundamental shift in how we all work with information.